Khan, Shalom, Shalom. It's the brother Shema with all, right? Got the brother Marasai. Literally, something happened automatically. But right, we got another video here, sifting season, man. Right? Lord willing, every man, woman, and child is enduring through the spirit. Right. Oh, uh,
All right, Salaki, we had technical difficulties, right? But Shalom, Shalom, Mr. Brother Mawasar.
right, again, brother Shema with all praises. Right. Yeah, like I said again, hey, sifting season, man. Got another video. Past is really like around the corner. Spears turning up, prophecies turning up. I mean, it's really sifting season all around, not just the time when Passover or how close is Passover, because it's a lot of recalls. It's a yeah, increasing laws being passed. So sifting season is now, right? So let me get I'm gonna start off with a class, a classic. Israel all knows that the Lord required us to be, right? So yeah. First Peter chapter 5. It says First Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because the devil, as a lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right? And spirits turning up, man. Afflictions, right? Spirits, whatever you deal with or dealt with before in the world and dealing with in the truth, they're gonna to increase. So the Lord said, be sober and be vigilant, right? Knowing what you entertaining, right? Knowing how you moving in this thing, because anybody can get sifted out. What are you meditating on? What are you what are you trying to increase in, right? Is it wickedness? Is it reading? Is it studying? Is it alms? Is it loving your brother? Right? I'm gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon, right? Then brothers got it, right? This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11 and verse 16. It says that they may know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. Right? So, like I say, what are you meditating on? What are you studying? Right? What are you thinking about? What is hindering you? Because that's gonna be what sifts you out. That's what's gonna punish you. Right? Like I say, it's a lot of things going on, in Babylon, and sifting season is not just at this time. It's literally all year round because we don't know what can happen in the next 2 months, the next three, the next four, or in a year. Anything can happen. So sifting season is all around. But brothers got it.
Like the brother said, sifting season is here, but sifting season is all the time. Like if you really understand the truth and you understand that when you get into the truth, like we always bring out, you got to prepare yourself for temptation. It don't say just prepare yourself for the temptation, for your first year or two in the truth. It say prepare your soul for temptation when you come to serve the Lord. And then that's the end of the sentence, right? So one of the main temptations that is happening right now that we seeing in Israel is it's a lot of false doctrine and false teachers teaching that false doctrine, and they causing the people to fall away. Right? Let me get 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse number 1. It says, but there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. We got doctrines out here that, the blood of Yahushua is basically either don't exist or I mean, they saying a lot of wild things. People just, like I said, I'm gonna read that again. Even denying the Lord that bought them. We got brothers and sisters out here denying the Lord now. They used to say Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Now they just say Yahweh, and they just forget Yahweh Shah, right? That's a false doctrine. That's what it looks like to get sifted. You used to believe in Yahweh Shah, now you don't no more. You know, you used to kind of you kept the Sabbath, the seventh day. Now you on a lunar Sabbath. Now you kind of like, well, the Lord is the Lord of the Sabbath day, so the Lord is my Sabbath. I don't have to keep it. You just kind of all over the place and just getting sifted little by little. So I'm gonna read this again. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies. And that's the thing about false doctrine. It's hardly ever just out in the open. It's private. It's kind of secret. It's kind of whispering to you. That's why they call it that wine in the Bible. You know, wine kind of sneak. Anybody who ever drink wine, it don't just uh 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 wine sneak up on you out of nowhere. You just, whoa, hold on. You kind of feeling a little tired. Your eyes kind of getting a little low. That's how these doctrines are, and these false teachers. Look at Yaju. There are people who actually follow that dude. There are people who actually believe in what he is saying, because that's what it looks like to be drunk. When you, like the brother brought out, be sober. If you're not sober, you know how easy it is for you to take advantage of. Imagine if you was 10 shots deep off the Henny and then you got to fight somebody, right? How easy would it be to fight somebody who's that drunk? How hard would it be for you if you were that drunk, either spiritually or literally, to defend yourself? How you gonna defend yourself? So we have to be sober and we have to be vigilant, like the brother just brought out. Otherwise, I'm gonna get that precept and then brothers got it. This 1 Peter 5 and 8 again. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And if you ever watched one of them National Geographics and the Animal Planet and all that, like a lot of the times when the predators would come and it's this big herd of prey, they picking out the weakest one. You know what I'm saying? The one that they ain't faster as they ain't fast as the other ones, or they might be too young, so they can't move as fast as the grown. And the lion got him. The tiger got him. It's over with, right? Don't let that be you through the spirit, where you are that young lion that's lingering behind. You can't keep up, or that young antelope. I mean, don't let that be you. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And we see it time and time again, people getting devoured. We see it time and time again, people falling away, because during sifting season, hey, your adversary is looking for whom he may devour. And the thing about a lion, they gonna catch something. So just don't let it be you. Brothers got it.
You got
Con. This the brother Azar. Can brothers hear me?
gone.
Con. Hey man. So like brothers saying, as the nation of Yasharala knows, this is sifting season. You know, it's well upon us, right? We got um we got Passover coming up, we got Purim coming up, new moons coming up. Hey, and all hell is literally breaking loose, right? Like the brother saying, you got, brothers that's lacking faith, that's waxing weak in this thing. They getting tossed from doctrine to doctrine. Hey, all hell is literally breaking loose, and it is sifting season, right? So not even to talk too much, to jump straight into it. I'm gonna go to the book of Luke. Hold on, select. I'm gonna go to the book of Luke, chapter 22, and verse 31. And the Lord says, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan have desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. Hey, so Satan plan, he wants to sift us. You know, Satan, he want us to go back into the world. He want us to go back to smoking weed, back to just hitting random women. You know, when I say hitting, just having sex with random women. Hey, even some brothers, they may have hit women. God forbid. You know what I mean? Satan want us to go back to gang banging. Satan want us to go back into the world. and do his work, right? Satan want us to goddamn start writing raps to get into the music industry, to, Satan all over the place. That's what he wants for us. He don't have the because what the Most High wants for us is all righteousness. The Most High want us to keep the commandments and live. But Satan, as the scripture says, he desired to have us that he may sift us, right? But reading on, I ain't gonna be too long winded. Verse 32. But I have prayed for thee that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. Hey, so this the time, Israel, that we gotta strengthen ourselves up. We gotta be fasting more than ever. We gotta be praying more than ever. Like my brother Shema Wall said, doing alms, calling brothers, uh, what else? Praying, reading, studying. This the time to really build our faith up in this thing around this time. Because if you're not building your faith up right now, hey, you could fall to the wayside. You know what I mean? Because right now, the whole nation is catching illnesses. There's bird flu going around, probably damn monkeypox, chicken pox. There's all type of stuff going around. So it's real easy for a brother to say, hey, I done ate some damn chicken. Now I got monkeypox. I can't come to camp. I can't come to the water Thursday. I can't do the arms. I'm sick. Hey, that's easy, and that could be Satan, you know, because we know brothers will act like, oh, I'm so sick I can't make it to camp. Nigga, you can make it to camp. Nigga, you can do arms. You just went to work today. You was fine. You just don't want to come to camp and you don't want to do arms. But that's Satan, bro. So we gotta rebuke that, right? So Salakia, I'm gonna get one more real quick. I'm gonna go to the book of Amos real fast, right? Because what a lot of our people don't understand is that Satan he does the work of the Most High. He take his commands from the Most High. He ain't just he running wild doing what he do, but the Most High give him that quote unquote power to do that, right? The Most High sift your ass too if you playing. So this the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the sleeve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Hey, so there go the Most High saying what was just said in Luke. It's the same. This Amos 9 and 9 is basically what Luke 22 and 31 was saying, but in Luke it was Satan. In Amos, this is the Most High. It say, I will sift the house of Israel. So hey, man, listen, you got Satan going against you, and you got the Most High and His Son rooting for you, but you can still get your ass sifted. So we got different powers. Just you know, that's you got the left hand side and you got the right hand side. So we got to choose a side. If you don't want to be sifted, just to be plain, bro, in this season, you got to do as much work as you can in this season that we in to not get sifted up. You have to pray, you have to fast, you got to do the work, you gotta what's the word? You gotta I can't think of the word, but basically you gotta actively be doing the fruits of the spirit. You gotta be in the spirit. You gotta magnify your office best you can. You gotta get on extra calls. You got to do extra studying. You got to do whatever you can in this season to prove yourself to the Most High while He shouldn't sift your ass. Because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people right now hey, they on the Most High hit list. He just done it for you. He waiting on you to watch that damn porn, click that link on Facebook one more time, just so he can take your ass out. You know. The Most High, he'll take you out too, right? So I'm gonna show you what we gotta do, and then I'm gonna pass the mic to the next brother. I know brothers want to get in there. So this is the book of First Corinthians, chapter 16 and verse 13. Watch ye, stand fast in the faith. Quit ye like men, be strong. Hey, so you gotta be strong right now in this time. We got everything, everything that's going on in this earth right now is to make us fail and not get the kingdom, right? You open up any app on social media, you got ass and titties left and right. You got damn somebody selling weed left and right. You got somebody trying to recruit you to scam left and right. You got videos of goddamn gangbangers trying to recruit. It's all type of madness on this earth. I'm pretty sure brothers can add to what I just said and go on and on, right? So we gotta be strong. We gotta stand fast in the faith, you know? Because me personally, hey, I'm going on my sixth Passover. All praises to the Most High. And I wouldn't have made it this far if I didn't stand fast in the faith and be strong. You got other brothers going on their 10th Passover, they third, they second. Hey, we wouldn't have made it this far if we didn't stand fast in the faith. If we didn't continually keep the law, statutes, and commandments in season and out of season, when it's hot, when it's cold, right? We wouldn't have made it this far if we didn't tell that sister that's looking at us with nothing but lust that, hey, I don't want nothing to do with you, sis, respectfully. No, you can't have my number. No, we can't go on a date. No, I'm not finna sell that damn QP of weed for you. No, I'm not selling that zip for you. No, I don't know where you could buy the weed. I don't, you know? And it's little stuff like that we just gotta be doing. That's part of showing ourselves strong. Telling your pops, no, pops, I cannot buy you no cigarettes. I'm not doing it. That blood ain't finna be on my hands. That's part of being strong. But Con, I pass the mic to the next brother.
You got something to her war?
Kind of, bro, can you hear me?
Uh,
Kind of, I'll hop in there. Right. Sifting season, right? I don't know, right, if brothers ever seen what I'm thinking of. What I'm thinking of, man. Right. I don't know if brothers ever seen like Men in Black, right? Then on Men in Black, right? You got everything, all of this stuff going on under man's nose, right? But the rest of the world don't really know what's going on. How are they experiencing certain things? And in the movie, they not understanding it's an alien invasion, right? They just thinking all things are just happening. But Will Smith and Agent K kind of know everything and they see everything that's going on. That's essentially what goes on in the truth, right? Not only in the truth, but even around sifting season. How do we know it's sifting season? Real fast. Let's go to Matthew 26 chapter, right? Because one of the men that did the work of the Lord, right, fell out around the same exact time. It's the book of Matthew chapter 26, right? Matthew chapter 26, right? So like, let me get my precept real fast. Right, Matthew chapter 26, right? And I'm gonna start at verse. Let me see, let me find it. So lucky, I think it's like 40 something. Right, 47. It says, and while he yet spake to lo, Judas, one of the 12, came with him with a gang, so like it came and with him a great multitude with swords and staves from the chief priests and the elders of the people. This was exactly after, like right after they just had the Passover, right? Wasn't the next day. It was right after they had just had the Passover, right? chiefly the same night when these men came up to Yahushua to take him by storm. And the man that turned them in was Judas, right? All Judas had to do was just keep pushing, right? People don't really understand, right, how sifting season works, right? We call it sifting season because it's a season, right? Just like the wintertime, right? Brothers up in the Midwest and in the North, right? They understand how it is during the winter, right? It suck and make you want to move. Everybody during the winter want to move, but in the summertime, they loving where they at. And all you really got to do is push through the wintertime, right? Because after the wintertime, you're going to finally get the weather that you really want, right? And Judas, right? Judas wasn't right even leading up to the Passover, which, even leading up to the Passover, right? I'm going to read real fast in Matthew, the 24th chapter, in verse 14, right? It says, then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests and said unto them, what will ye give me? And I will deliver him unto you. And they covenanted him with 30 pieces of silver. And from that time, he saw an opportunity to betray him. So that entire time, right, Judas was plotting and trying to figure something out with Yahushua, right? So his heart already wasn't right. His heart was already, he was, that entire time leading up to it, right, he was already falling unto spirits, right? And it said for 2 days he was trying to figure these things out, right? Jumping up real fast in Matthew the 26th chapter, right? It says in verse number 6, it says, now when Yahushua was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. And when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Yahushua understood it, he said unto them, why trouble you the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For you have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman have done be told for memorial of her. Right? And then in the very next verse, that's when Judas goes and starts to try to betray Yahushua. That's when it says, then one of the 12 called Judas Iscariot and went into the chief priest, right? And they started plotting on how they was going to get Yahushua. Many people don't know, but that disciple that actually said that was Judas. I'm going to get that real fast in John chapter 12, right? John chapter 12, and I'm going to start at verse number 6, right? It says, I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, then took Mary a pound of ointment of spikenard, very costly, and anointed the feet of Yahushua, wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the odor of the ointment. Now, spikenard was a perfume or a cologne that was so strong it could cover the scent of a dead body. So this wasn't just an ordinary scent, right? Imagine this. You know how Jake wear the Sauvage Dior's now? Yeah, imagine it's like Sauvage Dior back then. But Sauvage Dior times 10. Like this, I'm talking about, it's the top of the line stuff, right? And she used that to anoint the feet of Yahushua, right? Verse 4, it says, then saith one of the disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray him, why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor? This he said not because he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief and he had the bag and bear what was put therein, right? Then Yahushua said, let her alone, against the day of my burying hath she kept this. For the poor ye have always with you, but me ye have not always, right? And that put a spirit on Judas. He already wasn't right. He already was stealing out of the treasury the entire time, right? Because those sifting spirits, whatever spirit you got on you, just magnifies itself during the sifting season. Whatever spirit your woman or your husband got on you magnifies itself during sifting season, right? And because you don't see it coming and you thinking, oh, this is just the way I feel, right? You being destroyed. You losing the battle, you losing the fights, right? Because you thinking that it's all about your emotions and what you feeling and not understanding
that is just a season. It's temporary, right? And meanwhile, while you fall into these spirits, you fall into these demons, you're giving your mind and yourself over to them, and you're becoming weaker and weaker. These demons start to magnify themselves to do as much work as they possibly can against you to get you to eat of the Passover unworthily. The same way that Judas did. Because once he ate of the Passover, what happened immediately after? Right? He fell out. You're not safe until you eat of the Passover in the right spirit. Let's go to Sirach, the 40th chapter, right?
Salakia, can I ask you a question?
Not like you can hit me up if you may, like behind just text me if you can.
It was based off of what you just said. That's why. Go ahead though. Do your thing.
Right. Let's go to Sirach, the 40th chapter. Right. I only got like 3 minutes. That's what I'm saying. I gotta hop off.
You good, bro?
Right. Just the book of Sirach, right? This is what you really gotta do to yourself, right? You gotta literally tell yourself it's Passover. It's not real. The moment you get to feeling something, the moment you get the thoughts, your emotions get wrapped up, you start getting angry, you guys be like, man, it's Passover. This shit ain't real. So like it for the verbiage. Or you gotta continually remind yourself, like, man, this bro, it's not real. It's like a dream, right? It's just like a dream. Like anytime a man has a dream, you ever had one of those dreams you thinking is real? I remember when I first came into the truth, man, I had one of those dreams about essentially the end of the world and Jacob's trouble, right? And the dream was so vivid, the dream felt so real that when I woke up, I kind of got to packing my bags. I was finna run out of the house, and then I just got to listening, like, man, there ain't no war going on outside. Right? Then I realized, man, the dream wasn't even real, right? And that's what you got to tell yourself coming into Passover is that the feelings you experiencing, the thought processes that you have, the angers, the disputations, the doubtfulness, right? All of it is not real. It's the book of Sirach, the 40th chapter, right? I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, great travail is created for every man, and an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam from the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to the mother of all things. Their imaginations of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart, right? So it's going into their imagination, right? All of these things are things that go on in your head. Demons literally exist inside your mind. It's not like those exorcism movies, right? When they kind of flip you up, slam you against the wall, turn you upside down, your eyes spin backwards, right? And you say, Hail Satan, right? Demons only exist inside of you, right? That's a bar, Slucky, right? Verse 3, it says, from him that sitteth on the throne of glory unto him that is humble in the earth and ashes, from him that weareth purple and a crown unto him that is clothed with linen frock. So it's going into the poor, it's going into the rich man. It's saying that the imagination is going to trouble every man upon the earth, right? It says wrath and envy, trouble and unquietness, fear of death, anger and strife, and the time of rest upon his bed, upon his bed, his night sleep do change his knowledge. A little or nothing is his rest, right? That's essentially what we feel like we're experiencing. A little rest or no rest. Constantly going through something, constantly getting beat up, constantly getting afflicted, and you feeling like, man, I just can't catch a break, right? Reading on, it says, and afterward he is in his sleep as a day of keeping watch, troubled in the vision of his heart, as if he were escaped out of battle. When it is all safe, he awaketh and marveleth that the fear was nothing. So it says that essentially, man, you're going to get up to Passover, right? And you're going to realize, man, all of that I was going through, it really wasn't even real. It was just magnified because of the season I was in, right? It was just enlarging itself because that was the time appointed by the Most High for those things to kind of go on edge, right? I'm gonna read verse 7 again. It says, when all is safe, he awaketh and marveleth that the fear was nothing. Such things happen to all flesh, right? Both upon man and beast, and 7 times more upon sinners. So the more you start to give yourself over to certain things, the more and more they're gonna start to afflict you. The more and more they're gonna start to battle you. The more and more they're gonna start to punish you and weigh you down. Which is why brothers always say, "Hey, you got to confess your faults," right? Roughly paraphrasing, but the prayer of a righteous man availeth much, right? Because everybody think that they business, not everybody business, and to the most, and this is really what's crazy about it, Shema will all Izar and Mawasar, right? Is that people always saying, man, it ain't everybody business. But the problem is that it ain't everybody business until you wait too late, and now it's everybody business. Now everybody know about it. Now everybody looking at you. You done made yourself a fool, man. Right? The sooner you make it somebody else's business, like the better off you'll be. Right? Not only that, but man, sometimes you just got to keep on pushing. Right? But brothers got it. I do got to hop off. Shalom. How about you, Mr.
Shalom, Mark. Con, you got something, Mabasar?
Huh. I wanted to go into the way that Satan speaks, right? The way that the devil gets you. Like, well, a lot of times I think we still got this idea of this red man with a pitchfork that's underground sometimes, right? And we might not believe it, but when Paul says we not ignorant to Satan's devices, I mean it's true. We see Satan all through the Bible. And Satan's number one tactic, one thing that I notice is that he will gaslight you. That's what Satan does. Satan will make you question your intelligence. What happened with Adam with Eve and the serpent? He didn't grab her up by her hair. Hey, eat this fruit. No, he kind of told her, like, did God really say that? And that's what that doctrine will do to you. Are you sure that the Sabbath is not? You sure it's not a lunar Sabbath for real? Well, I mean, are you sure though? Then you got to kind of question. Hold on, that do kind of make sense. Nah, when that camp was kind of bringing it out about the lunar Sabbath, that kind of makes sense. Then you kind of going into the how I nailed it to the cross. Okay, I mean, maybe we don't gotta keep the law. Like, I don't know, and that's Satan getting you every single time. Let's see how Satan tried to get Yahweh himself. Let's go to Matthew chapter 4. All right, let's bring it straight out the scripture. Satan is very crafty. This is Matthew chapter 4 and verse 4. 4 and verse 1. Then I'm gonna start at Matthew chapter 3 and verse number 16. And y'all gonna see what. Matthew 3 and 16. It says, and Yahushua, when he was baptized, went straightway out of the water. And lo, the heavens were opened unto him. And he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and lighting upon him. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. So Yahushua is in a perfect spirit, filled with the Spirit right now. He wasn't going off and kind of, he was, I mean, I don't think your spirit can really get no higher in this situation. He's on fire for the truth. Now let's see what happened immediately after. Matthew chapter 4 and verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. When you getting tempted, that doesn't always mean that you can't look at it like it's just a horrible thing. Right? When you getting tempted, that means Satan sees you as a worthy opponent. Okay, cool. You might have, when you first came to the truth, you might have got tempted by the smoking thing. You might have got that level 1 temptation. Now it takes a level 3 demon to even get you to think about smoking. Let's keep reading. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward in hunger. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. He didn't slap Yahushua upside the head and say, hey, let's throw hands. He said something to him. He said, if you really the son of God like you think you are, why don't you just turn these stones to bread? Now, why did he tempt him with food? Why did he tempt him like that? Why did he try to gaslight him like that? If you the son of God, I mean, you the son of God, right? You got to really get into, say, I mean, I heard about you. You're supposed to be like the son of God, like, you know, the risen king and all that. I mean, if you all that, why ain't you gonna just, you know, turn these stones to some bread? After, imagine you just came, my brothers have been on a fast before. You just came, or I mean, you fasting. All of a sudden, what do Satan put in your mind? Man, you remember that plate that you had last week? Man, that was a good plate. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you ain't been thinking about no type of anything until you on your fast, and now you got all these cooking ideas in your head, and you're gonna have all the perfect ingredients at the crib too. And guess what? Your pots and your pans gonna be washed out. I mean, it's just gonna be laid out perfectly for you to break your fast. And Satan gonna get in your head. Come on, you think the Most High won't forgive you for just breaking this one fast? Ain't the Lord merciful? And he start to get in your mind. Let's keep reading. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple. Like, a lot of times people think that they beat Satan one time, he just gonna leave you alone. There's nowhere, I can't think of one man who got tempted one time and then Satan left them alone forever. It does not work like that. Immediately after Yahushua fought back with the scriptures like he's supposed to, Satan tried him again. Okay, that didn't work. Let me try this. Let's keep reading. It say, and saith unto him, if thou be the son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. So now, not only is he trying to gaslight him again, I mean, as you say, you the son of the Most High. Now Satan is using scripture. Don't it say in your? Don't it say in your? I believe that's in Psalms, if I'm not mistaken. When it say that, now Satan is quoting scripture. Now, what's the equivalent of that for us? You might start twisting the law. I mean, do it really say that we can't cook on the Sabbath? I mean, I know it say don't kindle no fire, but do it say like then you start twisting the law? Well, it didn't say I couldn't look at that brother wife. It just said I can't lay down with her. That's what you start doing. Satan start getting, don't it? Satan start putting precepts in your head for you to twist. Oh, well, this is another big one. Paul's letters ain't the law. That's a huge one. Where Paul say, hey, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to dwell with this woman in a certain. Well, I mean, but the law don't say that though. And then that's how Satan start getting what I'm trying to get across is that Satan will gaslight you into questioning your own until he'll have you questioning your own doctrine. That's what'll happen. He'll have you sitting too long. He'll have you meditating on something that you're not supposed to be meditating on. And just that one split second of you doing it could be you getting sifted out the truth. You got to understand, all things start with a thought. Everything starts with a single thought. You falling we all know people who fell out the truth. We know people who done worked on the Sabbath. We know people who done switched up their doctrine 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different times. We know people who done fell out. They was laying with another brother woman. What happens when? Let's go to that in Sirach chapter 9. Right. It's something specific in Sirach chapter 9 that I absolutely love. It's one of my favorite chapters of Sirach. It's Sirach chapter 9 and verse number what do I want? Verse number 8. It says, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. What causes brothers to be looking at these women on Instagram. You know, your explore page is just full of you know what. All you got to do is see that one little piece of too much skin, and what happened? Now you click the profile. You thinking to yourself, nah, I don't need to click on this IG model profile, man. I know how this go. But that little voice in your head, like, nah, just click the profile. You never seen this one before. Then you kind of click on it. Then she got that link tree in her bio, right? You kind of like, I ain't finna like go on one of the links. I just want to see what kind of link. So then you kind of click that link. Then she got the Twitter on there. And anybody who use Twitter, you know how Twitter get down. So you like, you know what? I mean, all right, I'll click the Twitter link. And just like that, now you freaking off. Now you done bought an OnlyFans subscription, $4.99 a month, and you a top subscriber now. You've been a top subscriber for 6 months. All it took was for Satan to put that one picture on your timeline and just to gaslight you. Come on, man. You ain't scared of no beautiful woman, are you? She crazy? No, she look good. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 4 and finish this off. Matthew chapter 4 and verse 7. It says, Yahushua said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Satan can give you exactly what you want. Like I said when I started off, I think a lot of times we still got this idea of this red man with a pitchfork and a sharp tail. But no, Satan can give you exactly what Satan is beautiful. Right? When it says he's transformed into an angel of light, you got to really understand that. Satan is, guess what? Okay, you broke right now. Satan is that $150,000 a year job that you can work, that you qualify for, that they telling you, hey, we'll give you the job, but you're going to have to work 3 Saturdays every month. I'm sorry, I understand you're into this religious thing, but hey, man, that's the offer. $150K a year, but you have to work 3 Saturdays. Come on, it's not every Saturday, just 3. Just 3 out of 4. And you broke. I'm talking about you cracking noodle packs in half at the crib right now. You messed up. And now Satan like, watch this. Satan gonna get on your head. Well, hey, you are in captivity, right? Come on now. This ain't your kingdom. You ain't. Hey, the Lord will have mercy on you. Right? Brother been single in the truth 2-3 years. And now you got this sister like, hey, shalom, king. She in your DNA. Can we study together? She got another man name in her bio, but she want to study with you. And you know what Satan gonna do? She gonna be your exact type. You know, brothers like them light skins. She gonna be nice and yellow. You know what I'm saying? She gonna have that long hair. She gonna have a sweet voice. And then all it takes is for you to respond to that DM. And now Satan got you. Okay, cool. Now y'all studying on the phone. Then she invites you to study in person. And then, hey, one thing lead to another. Now you done committed adultery. All because Satan got in your head like, come on now, is it really that serious? You can study with the sister. You can bring the precepts out for her. I want to get this in Genesis, and then brothers got it. Right. This is Slakia. Can you get Genesis chapter 3? This page ripped out my sword the other day, man. Genesis chapter 3, when the serpent was speaking to Eve.
All right, this is Genesis chapter 3, verse 1.
Right?
It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
He's more what?
Subtle than any beast of the field.
This dude, think about it like a Jake. We got to really put it in perspective. I had a homeboy in high school. I'm talking about, I don't care what woman it was. He know exactly what to say to her. He was cold. I'm talking about you can point him out. Hey, I go get her. And he will come back with the number. Like no questions. It was amazing to watch. That's what the serpent had that mouthpiece. That's what they call it nowadays. You got that game coming out your mouth, spitting some flavor in her ear. That's what the serpent came to do. Read that for me, Art.
Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, yeah, have God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?
See, what did he say to her? Read that again.
Yeah, have God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?
Did God really say that though? Come on, Eve. I kind of think he just don't. He don't want you to be great, Eve. That's what I think. Did he really say you can't eat? Come on, why he doing you like that, Eve? It's like that pillow talk. It's like that what do they call that? It's like when y'all be dirty macking other people women, man. That all the things your man won't do, spirit. What's that Chris Brown song, man? I hate that evil song. It's like he basically saying you don't deserve to be treated like that, baby. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go through that. It's Jake. It's like when you do that. You see this woman vulnerable. What you do? Hey, if you was my woman, you wouldn't be going through that. You know. Hey, look, slide over to my crib. You want to be that shoulder to cry on because you know this woman is vulnerable. That's how Satan sees us. What did he say to Eve again? Read that for me, y'all.
Yeah, have God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?
Right, keep reading.
And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
Why did she respond? You don't have to talk to this dude. Why did she even respond? If she knew what she just told him to be true, what's she speaking to him for? That's not her husband. Why does this dude even care about what she got going on? That's how she should have been thinking. But what did she do? She responded. And just like that, it's just like, hey, I remember Meek Mill said this. He said, if your girl respond to that DM telling somebody that she got a boyfriend, she is trying to get at that dude. Because loyal women don't respond. They will leave the message undelivered. I can attest to this myself from being in the world and all that. If she responds to that message, I got her. I don't care. All that, oh, I got a boyfriend and, oh, no. If she responds to that, automatically offer it, you know you got her. So Satan knew. The serpent knew. Oh, I got her. I got her to respond to me. I'm finna get, man, please, watch this. Keep reading out.
And the serpent said unto verse 3, it says, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
And what did he respond?
And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die.
Dude, this is how Satan works. He will make you question your integrity. Please finish that off.
But God do knoweth that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods.
This
No,
is that black woman is God doctrine in the Bible. He told her, he basically said, man, God just hating on you, Eve. That's all. God, you gonna let God just hate on you like that, Eve? He just know that if you eat it, you're gonna be like a god. Hey, this is how Satan works. The same way he tried to get at Yahushua. Hey, you the son of God, right? Come on now, you can command this bread to become these stones to become bread. You the son of God, right? He might say, hey, Shema, you this mighty man, right? When Pharaoh's wife came at Joseph, It said day by day, she kept coming back. It wasn't just one time she like, hey, Joseph, I need some of that. You got to think this is every day. She probably giving him that look. It's probably a room full of people. She gonna crack a joke that only Joseph gonna understand. And then she can kind of look at him at the side of her eye. This is how Satan works, gaslighting you. Anytime that you start to question your doctrine, or you start to have second thoughts, just know that Satan in your mind trying to get in there. That's Satan trying to get you. And if as soon as he can get you to question it, he got you. He got you. As soon as he got Eve to think about it, he had her. And he knew exactly what to say to her. And Satan know exactly what to say to you. If you fall to this certain type of demon, let's say you fall to this smoking demon. After this, you got it up. You fall to this smoking demon. Satan is you're gonna have the worst day, and then you're gonna smell the best weed you ever smelled on the block. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have a horrible day if you deal with the lust demon, and you're gonna see the finest Instagram model you ever seen, and she's gonna have all the links that you want in her bio. If you dealing with covetousness, you gonna see the perfect opportunity to take this brother woman or to take this brother money. You broke right now, it's gonna be 300 from this brother rent money that fell out of his pocket, and he gonna make sure that you see it fall out of his pocket. And he gonna see, okay, what you gonna do? Come on, now that brother got it, obviously. He walking around with 300 like that, man. He ain't gonna miss it. And if you entertain that thought, he got you. But you gotta
Yeah, the brother bring it out, man. That's what Satan literally do, right? He's so he's so damn clever. He plant a seed in your mind and have you to water it. he
Hey,
have
that was cold.
he
That was cold.
too. He plant a seed in you and have you to water it, right? And think about it, because that fruit is delicious, man. Yeah, GMO is good. That GMO fruit is so sweet. They got damn cotton candy grapes. Cotton candy grapes. I was so confounded about that because I had a salad with grapes in it. Thought I was doing something, and I'm wondering why the grapes is so good. Then I look at the pack. I'm like, cotton. I don't even eat cotton candy. Now I see why this is so sweet and this because it's GMO. And whole time it's not good for you. So Satan to plant something in your mind and have you do something out of your own will, right? That's what he literally do. Cause Satan not have you grab your hand and touch your arrow. Satan is not doing that. Satan is planting the seed in your mind to have you water it, have you take care of it, put an amount of sunlight on it, make sure you feed it with water, right? You doing everything to the soil. You tilling that ground for that wickedness, man. He have you to do it. Satan don't do anything, right? Eve don't make you want to lay down with her. You allowed it yourself. Eve dressed up all nice. Let me get this real quick. Let's go to Revelation chapter 2. Because it's sifting season, man. It ain't like, and what's cool what the brother said to Hawar before he went off, he said demons exist in you. Because at the end of the day, you fighting yourself. You fighting a lust that you used to deal with in the world. You fighting the same spirits they used to deal with in the world. Yes, it may be new spirits, but you know what you deal with. And you know every time when you deal with it, the times you fall to it and the times you beat it. And you know when the times it gets stronger. You know, only you know, right? This Revelation chapter 2, verse 19. It says, I know thy works in charity and service, in faith and thy patience, and thy works, and the last to be more than the first. Notwithstanding, I have a few things against thee, because thou sufferest that woman Jezebel. Sufferest what? You entertain it. You talk to it. You give it compliments. You smell it. You suffering it, man. Eve walked past, she smelled good. You took a whiff. Yeah, just because you ain't doing that, you took a whiff and it seduced you. Next thing you know, you ask her weird questions. Weird questions. You work out. You be working. Come on, man. That's a cut, right? You work out. Oh, okay, 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 okay. How old you is? Oh, okay, okay. But it ain't really insincere. That's a spirit on you. Satan is playing with you. You could ask how old she is. You could ask her name. But what spirit are you in though? You know what spirit you feeling. You suffers that woman Jezebel, right? Which called herself a prophetess to teach and seduce my servants to commit fornication, right? So Satan literally just plant a seed in your mind and have you to water it, man. You can't. Satan don't have you to do nothing. Have you walk in a strip club? Have you touch that video? He don't make you do anything. All he does is say, "Hey, man, you remember that time when you used to, used to do that little thing? You used to like, and brothers and sisters, y'all know what thing y'all used to do. Y'all love it in the world. We ain't even got to mention it. We just gonna say little thing. You know that little thing you like to do that. You know how you feeling good? Yeah, that was a good time, wasn't it? Cause Jake do that in the world. Your old homies just do that in the world. You remember this? Send you old pictures. Have you in your mind try to reminisce to make you go back into the thing? Hey, he don't really make you. He just wants you to be think about it, man. Imagine how good you felt. Next thing you know, you get sifted out, right? So let's go to Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 2. It says, where in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, among whom also we all had our conversations in times past. We all had our conversations in times past, man. What is those conversations? The old man, Satan. How's Eve? This Eve was having a conversation with that serpent. All of us had that conversation with that serpent, man. All of us had conversations with Satan, right? That old man's gonna talk to you day and night, man. You're gonna have dreams in the world. Brent trying to will you back in. Are you gonna take heed to it? Right? Renown, I'm gonna read that again. It says, among whom also we all had our conversation in times past, in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling desires of the flesh and of the mind. And Satan used that. Satan grabbed that them old fruits from in the world because GMO, it don't get old. It don't get old. That GMO will last forever. That GMO gonna last until the damn nuke drop. It don't get old. He gonna bring them old fruits, right? He made them put some chocolate on it. Cause when you people who got a spirit of gluttony, they eat the same food all the time, or keep eating them food. They all of a sudden they taste buds get enlarged and they don't taste the same. So they put more season on it. So Satan, he literally grabs the old fruits, the fruits that you had in the world, and he bedazzle it. He put chocolate on it. He give you some nice sides, right? He damn give you some pork, give you some baked pork chops with gravy from scratch. Y'all know what pork chops I'm talking about, man. Your mama used to make them all the time when you was a kid. Pork chops and white rice. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Baked pork chops and bedazzle it, and then bring it right to you. Bring it right to you and sit it there. He not gonna eat that, man. He not gonna do none of that. It's up to you to say, no, I'm not doing that, man. It literally says the desires of the flesh and of the mind. Because everything is in your mind. What Yahweh Shah was going through, that was in his mind. That was in his mind. He was getting plagued, man. And Yahweh Shah did not fold. And in 60 season, we can't fold, man. All the temptations, right? All the damn lust, right? Even in the furnace, man. Brother that's going through in the furnace right now, that's going through a lot. Jobless, no cars, and whatever you're going through, Satan just putting you in that heat just so you can fold, man. You can't fold, right? We know, and it says, and we're by nature the children of wrath, even as others. And we was there in times past. So if you know you was there and you know it's sifting season, you know exactly what's gonna happen when you do fall into it. You either gonna be dead or you just both. You sipped it out and you dead. Because Satan is trying to kill you. He's not trying to befriend you, right? I got another precept. Let me get Revelation chapter 3. He's not trying to be cool with you. You got Jake in the world be like, yeah, Satan, he's the best angel. What makes him the best angel? Which is off to say, yeah, he's the best angel, man. He's the greatest one. Jake don't know what's going on. He be saying that, but it's because he give you a he know what you like and you get it. But Jake don't know what's going on, man. This Revelation chapter 3, verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast. What is that? That's faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right? That's the precepts. That's the judgments. You know the judgments. You know what the Lord is going to do to you if you take heed to that thought. If you keep playing into them GMO fruits that you had in the world, because the true fruits of the spirit, what Galatians 5 and 19, 22, Shalakia, right? Because that GMO fruits is that Galatians 5 and 19, man. Those are the fruits you had, right? Those are the fruits you have, man. It says, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, man. You got to hold on to the precepts and the judgments of the Lord, right? Hold on to what you have. You ain't got to have all the understanding. But what you do need to understand is that you need to have to fear the Lord, man. How to fear the Lord and keep the commandments, man, right? It says, which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Can't let none of these spirits take your crown, man. You just can't. And honestly, you really took off your crown and gave it to him. You just gave into it. You don't want to give in to nothing, man. Right? Let me get Psalms 119. Right? Psalms 119. Right? This Psalms 119. Let me see what I want. Psalms 119 and verse. What I want. Psalms 119 and verse 113. It says, I hate vain thoughts, but thy law do I love. And for one, you gotta love the law, man. You gotta love the law of the Most High, right? It says, I hate vain thoughts because all the thoughts that you have are vain. The thoughts that we have is just nothing but vain. Every thought that comes up, if it ain't in the Lord, it's vain. You should hate it. For one, it's Satan. Two, it's your old man. Three, it's not gonna profit at none but death. And you see it with these doctrines, man. They getting seduced. The Old Testament only. Damn, mermaids, getting seduced by mermaids. And really, the Lord put these spirits on this earth. So they don't know that the Lord is really just jamming them up because you keep entertaining those. You thinking it's mermaids, this whole time is whales and dolphins talking. And you think you and you think you out there listening to mermaids, you listening to dolphins and whales. Just strong delusions, man. Right? Just whatever doctrines, Old Testament, New Testament, like the brother said, uh, Paul's letters is not God's laws. The man was under Yahweh Shai. So you saying Yahweh Shai hit what Yahweh Shai taught Paul then wasn't nothing. That's basically what you're saying, right? So it says, I hate vain thoughts, but thy law do I love, man. So whatever thought comes up that's not of the precepts, that's not a law, hey, it's vain. And you should hate it. Because David hated. Hey, David committed adultery, man. And adultery is strong. Fornication is strong right now. It's increasing, right? You justifying them. They making dang on humanoids, and now they gonna end up in humanoids. That's nothing but a just an adult toy, just to replace a woman or a man. And there's gonna be some jakes that take heed to that because they're gonna say, I'm not, it's not fornication, which it is. And it's idolatry. And it's wicked. And they're gonna justify that. And you got seduced by it, man. But you should hate thy law, man. Right? I'm finna go Salaki, you should hate vain thoughts, man. Right? Salaki. But let me go to Proverbs real quick. Right? Right. Proverbs chapter 6. Right. This Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 23. It says, for the commandment is a lamp, and a law is light, and the reproofs of instruction are the way of life. Right? To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Right? It ain't nothing but strange women in this world. It ain't nothing but strange women, man. That's all it is. That doctrine is a strange woman. That OT only, that New Testament only, that's a strange woman. Mermaids, the Book of Enoch, strange woman. Damn, man, it's nothing but strange woman, right? And you got to remember that. All Satan is want you to do is lay down with that strange woman until when it's time to eat at the Passover, right? But you got to,
I wanted to get into this. I want to say this is my. I would say this is at least top 3 favorite Sirach precepts because it really puts into perspective how we should think about sifting season, how we should think about Satan tempting us. Because we all know Satan tempting us is going to end in our destruction. But in the moment, you're not thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? You think David was thinking about what the Most High will do to an adulterer when he was committing adultery, or you think he when he was staring at her from off that rooftop, he wasn't thinking about how that was gonna end for him. He was thinking about how he was just getting started. That's what he was thinking. You know what I'm saying? So I got Sirach chapter 7 and verse 36. Whatsoever thou takest in hand, remember the end, and thou shalt never do amiss. What if David thought, nah, man, the Most High, you know what the Most High do for me for committing adultery? And what if Judas thought, nah, man, you know what the Most High do if I betray this son like that, man? You know what I'm saying? You gotta, if you just think about how this gonna end for you by clicking on that link tree in that woman bio, how is this gonna end? You going around your friends you used to smoke with, and you trying to absolutely avoid ever smoking again. What is gonna happen if you pull up to this kickback and they hotboxing? You got just think about how it's gonna end for you. I want to go to Matthew chapter 12 and verse number 43. It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest and findeth none. Let's say you just went on a fast and you got that spirit off of you, that spirit of lust, that spirit of whatever. That spirit is walking through dry places, seeking rest and finding none. And what does that spirit say? Then he said, I will return into my house from whence I came out. He called you his house. You know what I'm saying? That spirit say, hey, that's my house. I'm going to go back. I'm a lust demon. I'm going to go back to Shemawal. That's my house. And he going to let me in too. As a matter of fact, he never locked the door. He going to let me in. I'm going to make sure. That's how the spirit thinking. It says, and when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. So now you didn't let this spirit come back, and now you even worse than you was before. At first, you used to kind of just freak off once a week. Now you kind of like once a night. You know, you used to kind of fall to uh, um whatever you fall to just every now and then. Now this is a part of your daily routine. You feel what I'm saying? Now you revisiting this same woman page every day. That's how you start your morning now. That's that spirit saying, I'm coming back to my house. But if you apply Sirach 7 and 36 that say, remember the end, you're going to understand, nah, every single time I click on a woman profile, I'm never able to stop myself, and I take it all the way. Every time I go around these friends and they smoking, I know exactly how it's going to end. I'm going to end up tapping the blunt. And if you keep that thought in the front of your mind, you begin with the end in mind, you can't fail. Right? But that's my last precept that I got. Brothers got it.
Con, we talk war back con. Talk war, you got something, you go ahead. If you back for real.
So lucky, you good. I ain't know y'all was closing out. So lucky. You got it.
Con, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, we bringing out mighty points, it's sifting season. And the only way you gonna fall is really you, right? Whatever you entertaining, because Satan's gonna play on that. Like I say, Satan put a seed in you and have you to take care of that seed for you to bear fruit. Right? Let's go to James. You're gonna bear that fruit, man, and it's gonna hurt. This James chapter 1, verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. So Satan already know what you're dealing with. And when you draw away from your lust, you fast, you pray, you read, and things of that manner. It will come back, and you'll get enticed. Right? It says, and then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin, because you kept playing heed into it, you kept entertaining it, kept going to that girl, that woman's page, kept going to that man's page. Damn, you keep driving past in a club that you don't know you need to be at, but you always drive past it. You can take another route, but you always drive past. You always taking a glimpse, like, yeah, that mob. Man, we had some things going on, man. I got a lot of memories there, right? It says, but when every man is tempted, so like in verse 15, it says, then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin, because you play heed into it, then you end up just getting up pregnant, right? Getting lust pregnant. And sin, when it finished, it bringeth forth death. So soon as you keep going, every time you keep going on that page, now you click that link. Every time you keep riding past that club, you go right into that club, man. You know what? Let me see how it is. Did they change anything? Next thing you know, you get a couple drinks, right? Next thing you know, you meet a Eve, right? And hey, you dead. Sin, lust is pregnant. It conceives sin, and what sin brings, death. Now you dead, man. Now you sipped it out, right? But that's all I got. Most I willing is edifying, right? Stay diligent, right? Stay focused. Most I willing, right? Stay in the spirit.
Khan, I just want to say, closing remark. Remember that precept in the book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 36. You know yourself, and you know what you tempted by. And so to say, Shalom, mighty brother Azim, man, what's going on? Right? We finna close this thing out. But remember, you know what makes you fall. You know what you be falling to. You know what trigger it. You know exactly what type of situation that you got to be in when that temptation start to creep in your ear. But you got to remember, how did you feel last time you fell to it? How did you feel about yourself? You got to remember how horrible you felt about yourself when you fell to that temptation. You got to remember that. Remember the end. Don't just remember how good it feel in the moment. Remember how down on yourself you got. How low your spirit was when you fell to that last time. Because Satan gonna play it up and make it sound good. You can kind of close that. You can close that door, turn the light off, turn that sight on, and you're gonna enjoy yourself for a very, very short amount of time, and then you're gonna feel horrible about yourself afterwards. right? And that goes for whatever you tempted by. Understand, how is this gonna end for me? And that's how you survive sifting season. Understand, how will this end for me if I make this decision, right? But with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We thankful for this truth, thankful for this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to even know what sifting season is and how to survive, which is by making sure you understand how this ends for you. Shalom.
Shalom.